Very well. What is it you wish to know? Like you, I was looking for some trace of the Jedi. I had heard mention that one of the Jedi Masters had gone there, but I found no trace of them. Very well. What is it you wish to know? I am an historian and
scientist working for the Republic. Although I'm certain my contemporaries would judge me more a historian than scientist, I have some training in the medical arts, if you are ever in need of healing as well. But my chief passion is history. I came to Dantooine in the hopes of finding some trace of the Jedi, but you know how my explorations turned out. Instead, it seems the Jedi came to me, and just in time.
Yes, I have been trained by some of the best researchers in the Republic, which is a humbling experience, let me tell you. But if you ever need some medical items broken down or constructed, let me know. Yes? Is something wrong? Very well. Let me see if I can treat your wounds. There, that should do it. Do you need anything else? You have no wounds that I can see, although the matter of your spirit is something you should address. It is illusionary, the strength you feel, but I will not debate it with you. Your choices are your own. Very well. What is it you wish to know?
Not much remains of the Jedi. I'm trying to find what little does remain. There are so many histories, relics, holocrons that speak of their teachings and their code. I fear that unless someone makes an effort to find and keep them, they will be lost
forever. Because I fear that unless the Jedi teachings are preserved, we will lose the galaxy. And because, whatever my feelings for the Order, they do not extend to preserving their knowledge. No, not their lore.
Their histories, but their masters, their teachers, perhaps. I have tried to keep an open mind about their practices, but I've seen the Republic scarred too many times by their students.
That is my feeling as well, and one can see it when one walks on Dantooine. Thank you. It is good to hear a perspective of one who has walked in their halls and spoken to their masters. I thought I was the only one who held such doubts. I'm trying to save the Republic. Dantooine and the Jedi
Order are instrumental to that effort. Despite the troubles of the Jedi Civil War, there are those among the Republic who still favor the Jedi and wish them to return. And there are admirals within the fleet who recognize that the Jedi must be found if the Republic is to hold together. Yet as long as Onderon remains within the Republic, and the efforts on Tilo succeed, that is all that matters. The Jedi Civil War brought much suffering to the galaxy, and the forces that Malak and Revan amassed against us seemed limitless. Many worlds were destroyed, trade routes disrupted, and the Republic fleet was almost decimated. It was almost the end. But at that last year, the year before Revan vanished, Revan's assault on the Republic stopped. No one knows why. But it was all that saved the Republic. The fleet the Sith had amassed was no more, and the remaining Sith turned on each other, destroying the Academy on Korriban. It did not matter. Revan had already won.
The war was costly, and it shattered the Republic. In time, the Republic might recover, but if a threat strikes now, if certain key worlds are not held, then the Republic will collapse. It is strange that someone who went to war against the Mandalorians would disregard the damage the fall of the Republic could cause. Of course, if you sought battle for its own sake, then perhaps I could understand your disregard.
Yes, to some perhaps. Yet the Sith have already experienced their own collapse, and I suspect their new tactics are proof of that. There was no Sith leader since Revan who has survived long enough to rule. Even Malak turned on Revan and caused his own downfall. The Sith respect order and control, that is true, but few of them seem ever able to hold their power for long. To see their philosophy at work is like watching a continual collapse, just like watching their academy fall in on itself.
Very well. What is it you wish to know? You are correct. I am afraid I have not been entirely open with you concerning my past. If I look
familiar, it is because we have met before, at the Enclave on Dantooine, many years ago. As on Coruscant, Force-sensitive children are taken to Dantooine as well, though it is done rarely and only with those they believe are destined to become Jedi Knights. It is the secret nature of the place. If you are not chosen by a master when you have come of age, however, then the path of the Jedi is denied to you. I met you on Dantooine, long ago, briefly. You taught us the ways of the Force, how to hear it sing within others, within the life around Dantooine. It is difficult to explain the difference between you and Master Vrook, but I think it is because he was knowledgeable, but not a leader, not a mentor. You were different, we could all feel it, and I knew that if I were to have a master, I would want it to be you. And then you went to war. Many Jedi went to war, and the Jedi Masters proclaimed that you were Jedi no longer. Atris, the mistress of the archives, was first among them. I knew at that moment that if you would no longer be a Jedi, then you must be correct. I realized I did not want to be a Jedi. Instead, I wished to follow your path, and in any event, there was no one to train me even if I wished it. They all went to war, as I grew past the age of acceptance. It is possible to forget the Force, you know, if you have not felt it strongly enough, and there is little to miss. I never felt the Force as strongly as I did when I was with you. And so I decided to serve the Republic, study the Jedi teachings, gather them perhaps. It was important to me to understand the Jedi now that they were gone. I felt some part of you should be preserved.
So that your lessons would not be lost. Perhaps. I still harbor doubts about the path I walked. Very well. What is it you wish to know? Many Jedi went to go fight in the
Mandalorian Wars, and few returned. To their disciples left behind on Dantooine, on Coruscant, there were few masters to train them. I was one such student. Perhaps not as strong in the Force as the others, but it really did not matter. The teachers left behind were few. Only a few students were accepted as the Mandalorian Wars raged on, and when I came of age, there were no masters left to train me. So I was forced to leave the Order, to seek my path elsewhere.
It was for the best, I think. I had begun to have doubts, and I think the Masters were aware of them. That may be so. I had already failed the first test. But enough of the past. It is the present that should concern us. I think you are right. It is time. I have watched you. You have become strong in the Force again. But that is not all. You have achieved a center in the chaos around us, and I have felt it. My master, the one intended for me, left to fight in the Mandalorian Wars. Now she has returned, and I ask her now if she will train me in the ways of the Force. I have thought about what you have said about the Jedi Order. You were correct. It was a truth I did not want to face. While I do not believe the Jedi to be evil, I feel perhaps that they are misguided. It is hard to protect the galaxy when you are removed from it and its people. The Mandalorian Wars. I understand why the Jedi hesitated. But at the same time, I wonder if they had joined Revan, united, if perhaps the Jedi Civil War would never have happened. It is very easy to blame Revan and Malak, yet the Jedi Council was equally to blame. I believe that there is very little truth that can be found within the conference room on Coruscant. The galaxy needs strength now. If the Jedi will not come forth and fight this threat, then we must. And if that strength comes from the dark side, then that is what we must accept. I ask that you train me in the ways of the Force, to teach me the ways of power so that a greater stability may be achieved. I do not believe in the Jedi and the Sith. I believe in strength. And that is what the galaxy needs now.